Yo, this is to my former, let me be very specific, football players. I'm in South Florida, and right now it's 95 degrees. You can hear how hot it is in my voice. Do you know we used to practice in this heat? Like 5 days a week. It's 3:50 right now. This was prime time for practice. Do you know how much you have to love the game of football in these type of conditions? I don't think you understand. Bro, we used to go to practice in full pads. Helmet on, shoulder pads on, pants on, with the pads in them. It's 95 degrees outside, sometimes even more. Do you know how much you have to love the game of football to play in these conditions? Football is probably one of the only sports, outside sport of course, that you have to be willing to play in any condition. Now, the only time we didn't practice or we did not play was when it was lightning and thundering. If it wasn't lightning and thundering, then it was fair game. 100 degrees, 105 degrees. Just make sure you hydrated because practice was on. And it just reminds me, man, like the older I get, I realize, call it what it is, it seems like the softer I got in a sense, because nowadays I look at it, how hot it is outside, and I be like, man, I don't want to go out there. It's too hot. I'm going to just wait till that sun go down. Or I'm going to go inside the gym and work out. I'm not going outside. I'm not going for that run till that sun go down. But believe me, when I was in high school, when I was in college, and it was 95 degrees like it is right now, that sun poking, staring at you in the face, we was out there. We was getting it in. We was grinding. We was practicing. We didn't let that stop us from going out there to do and doing something that we loved. That's what we got to get back to, family. We got to get back to the point where obviously got to be something that we love. And no matter the conditions, right? We got to go out there and make it happen anyway. We got to go out there and put that work in anyway. We got to go out there and put that and grind anyway. This is what this heat reminds me of. Man, we used to really be out here in 95-degree heat or more, sometimes a little less, and be in full pads practicing in this hot sun. Now I get it, there's some certain places where you got indoor facilities and you get to work out inside because you get to regulate the temperature and whatnot. But man, I tell you, you really have to love the game of football to practice in this type of heat. And let's not talk about the cold weather, man. That's one thing I will admit. I think, me personally, I would rather play in the heat, maybe because I'm a South Florida boy, than to play in cold weather. Man, because when you play in that cold weather, you feel everything. Matter of fact, most of the time when you're on the sideline, you're trying to stay warm because it's cold. And when you go back out on that field, and you trying to shed a block and make a tackle and making contact every play, man, you feel everything. That's what I love about the game of football. That's what the game of football has taught me, that you have to be willing to play in almost every condition. That's why that's why this translates to life, right? Because it's not always the weather is not always gonna be what you want it to be, right? It's not always going to be favorable, if you will, right? Some of you say that you want to get in shape, and it started raining outside. Oh, I ain't going to the gym no more. Or I ain't going for that walk no more. And mind you, you can go inside and walk on a treadmill. But since it's raining outside, you don't want to walk to your car, drive through the rain, get to the gym, and get on the treadmill. Some of you may live in an apartment complex, and you have a gym inside the apartment complex that have treadmills. But since it's raining, you don't want to take your umbrella out and walk to the gym and walk on that treadmill, or even work out. Some of you, right, want to get in the best shape, but because it's 95 degrees outside, I get it. Nah, be careful. Make sure you're hydrated, right? Make sure you ate something. Make sure you good. But some of you want to get in the best shape of your life. It's 95 degrees outside, but you letting the weather stop you from going to take that walk, from going to do that workout, from going to get the results that you want to get. There's going to be times where the conditions aren't favorable, family, and you got to be willing to work through that. You got to be willing to work around that. You got to be willing to make it happen anyway. That's what the game of football in particular has taught me. Because no matter the weather, no matter the condition, again, if it wasn't lightning or thundering, we was out there practicing. We was out there playing games. So I say all that to say this. Don't let the weather stop you. Don't let the conditions stop you from getting to where you want to be, becoming who you want to become, doing the things that you want to do, and having the things that you want to have. All right, family. I hope you found this message useful. Till next time. Peace. Love.